Hello everyone, I think this is our last video. Good job making it through. So I'm gonna try to make it a short one. So today we're just gonna kind of review and talk about the stuff we're supposed to have learned this year. I know it's been a crazy year, but I am very impressed with the work you guys have done, because if you're watching this video, you know what you're doing. You are awesome. So the first thing before we do any work is schedule an interview. Right. So again, if you graduated, you don't need to do this. But if you haven't graduated, schedule an interview. Thank you to Abdi Nasir and Hassan, have both done your interview. But yeah, I really just want to hear you talk. I want to talk with you one last time before the summer, hear your English, and talk about math. So yeah, so schedule an interview, email me. There'll be a link to scheduling an interview in Google Classroom. All right, so the do now today is pretty much all we're going to do, so stick with it. The first question is a probability question, just to throw it in there one more time. So yeah, pause it, try this problem. Okay, you think you got it? You might have done this on Khan Academy already. But anyways, so Chen has an MP3 player. Again, so I'm going to underline number words and other words that I don't have any pictures, so I don't need to match any words with pictures. So really just the number words and the important words in the question. So Chen has an MP3 player called a jumble. The jumble randomly selects a song for the user to listen to. Chen's jumble has 4 classical songs, 3 rock songs, 2 rap songs. Chen is going to listen to 360 songs. And this is just, so for probability, think about the noun. The important noun is songs. And the action, the verb, the important verb, what is he doing with songs? He is listening. It's good, it's reading, and we're focusing on reading. So for probability questions, it's important to figure out the noun and the verb. And actually it helps, I didn't get to it, but it may make it easier when we actually read the question. What is the best prediction for the number of times Chen will listen to a classical song? So again, you can see the verb is listen and the noun is song. In probability, yeah, the adjective is really what you want. So the classical is important. So for prediction, so I go over here, prediction, Manila. So prediction is the number of times an action is repeated. Oh, I want to see it there. Sorry, it's a prediction is the probability of an event. This is the noun times it multiplied by the number of times the action, the verb, is repeated. So the probability of the event multiplied by the number of times the verb is repeated. So I want the probability, so not of a song, but here we want a classical song. The probability of classical times the repeat listening. The number of times he repeats listening. So if we look at that, the probability it's classical, well, there's 4 classical. 4 is what we want. The total number of songs, 4 plus 3 plus 2, that's 7, and 2 is 9. So 4 out of 9 is the probability that it's classical. There's 4 classical out of 9 songs. And multiplied by how many times he repeats listening. So he's listening to it 360 songs, 360 times. Multiplied by 360. So you can do it in your calculator. I like kind of using my math skills. So 9 goes into 360 40 times. 4 times 40 is 160 times. So we would predict he would listen to it about, not exactly, about 160 times. All right, so that kind of combines a probability we did with some prediction. Very common questions on the AccuPlacer and the ACT. So these next two questions are about, these are ones that the most people on those of you that did the exit ticket, thank you. These are the ones that had the most people saying they didn't know how to do it. And I understand these are difficult ones. So let's go through it. If you want to pause it, you can. I'm not going to put up my sign because you saw this in the exit ticket. Let me erase this to give us some room. So these are pretty difficult ones. So let's start with number 9. So let's read it, figure out what it's asking, understand the question. So if x doesn't equal 2 and x doesn't equal -3s, what is a solution to that equation? So we're solving it. I need x equals. So here it's a fraction equation. So again, your default, unless you see something else, cancel balance. So I don't like fractions, so I want to cancel. I want to make this bigger. I want to cancel the x plus 2 over here. So how do I cancel a divide? I multiply. Right? And it cancels. But then I have to balance with an x plus 2 over here. But now I also want to cancel the 2x minus 3. So I'm going to multiply by 2x minus 3. Cancels that. Multiply 2x minus 3 here. So now I have, if we read it, 2x minus 3 times 5 equals x times x plus 2. So I can distribute, so this equal sign I'm going to put here. So I'm going to distribute the 5. 5 times 2x is 10x. 5 times -3 is -15. Here, x times x is x squared plus 2x. So now, okay, I have a squared. So that means quadratic formula maybe, or maybe factoring. But I need to get, for factoring and quadratic formula, cancel balance won't work because I have a squared and an x separated. So I have to get one side to equal 0. So I'm going to cancel 10x and 15. And I have 0. And I have minus 10x. I like putting it under there. Plus 15. So I get x squared minus 8x plus 15. And the zero's on the other side. That doesn't really matter. But this one, let me see. I don't like the quadratic. I don't want to write all that. But I think this one might factor because I see 8. So let me try this. 15 factor pairs a 3 and a 5. So -8 is going to be -3 minus 5. Let me draw my rectangles. I don't know if it works when I check. 15 here. I should have done that first. But, okay, -3x, -5x. And then we're going to put x and x, -3, -5, and then check. Boom. Yep. -3 times. Yep, that's good. -3x plus -5x, -8x. Yes. So it's going to be x minus 3 times x minus 5 equals 0. And now with the zero product property, I'm going to have x minus 3 equals 0. So x is 3 or x is 5. So A is our answer. Whew, that was a beast. So yeah, that took some time, but if you take your time, you can get it. The AccuPlacer is not time. This is an AccuPlacer prep question. So take your time, look at all the work we did. Another way you could have done it, you could have just kind of taken each number, the 3 and the 5, and plugged it in for x and seen if they were equal. So I don't know if that would be much quicker, but it's another way to do it. I like the way we learned. That's the way they want you to do it. Okay, next one. Now this one is really more of an algebra 1, so I'm not surprised. A lot of you had trouble with it. So let's read it. The amount of money M in dollars. so variables are important, Paul earns can be represented by the equation blah, blah, blah. M equals 12.5H plus H, where H is the number of hours Paul works. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 11? So this means, what does 11 mean? Right? What does this 11 mean? So if you remember, when we have lines, the slope form of a line, y equals mx plus b. So m is the the rate of change, how something is changing. M represents change, right? How y changes. So the 12.5 is how the money is changing, if that makes sense. And the b is the y-intercept, the starting value. So 11 is like his base salary, right? The salary he gets no matter what. So it's looking like it's C or D. This is just my quick way to do it. I'm kind of, yeah, so C or D. It's not how much he earns each hour, but here's another way to do it. Let's just try some numbers. So H, let's make a table. So H is hours, and then M is money. Right? And money is calculated as 12.5H plus 11. So 0 hours, if H is 0, well, you can go in and plug it in and see. But if I put 0 there, 12.5, I'm going to get 11. Let's try 1. 12.5 times 1 plus 11 is going to be, I'm pretty sure, 23.5. And I plug a 1 in there. What if I plug a 2 in there? So 2 hours, how much does he make after 2 hours? 12.5 times 2 is 25. 25 plus 11 is 36. Right? It's a good brain to not use your calculator, but if you need to, you can. Let's see if that helps us. So here the 11 is right there. So is that the amount of money he earns each hour? No. He's earning like $12 an hour, 12, 15 hours. It's not it. The total amount of money Paul earns after working 8 hours. Well, no, the total amount changes. It's not always 11. It's how much he earned after 0 hours. It's not the total amount of money Paul earns after working 1 hour. Oh, well, 1 hour, he earns $23.50. So it's not that one. So let's see if this makes sense. The amount of money in dollars Paul earns in addition to his hourly wage. So yeah, he gets $12.50 an hour, but he has 11 just for not working. So it's addition to his hourly wage. Yep, so D is the answer. So that's kind of a tricky one, a lot of words. But yeah, so the rest of the, so I'm not gonna, so if you come to class, I can go over any of these questions you want. I have it all set up in here. So come to any of these class times. I'll be here anytime. So, or even Friday. So this is, on Monday. This is Wednesday and Thursday. So I don't know when you're watching this, but here's when I'm available. I can answer any of those AccuPlacer prep questions. And they're really ACT prep questions too that we have on here. And also schedule your interview. All right, interviews. Like I said, I'll put a link to the interviews, but since there's so few of you, probably if you come to office hours or maybe even class, if you're the only one there, we can talk then and I'll count that as our interview. So, of course, I can't let you go. I mean, you're going to miss this all summer. It's my last chance. It's your last chance to do an exit ticket. Of course, we have an exit ticket. Oh, where did the exit ticket go? So yes, there is an exit ticket. Oh, there it is. It didn't move. So of course, we have an exit ticket. It's actually a report card for me, so grade me, and I'll give you credit for it. 4 points just for doing it. And your homework, yeah, I'm not giving you more. Schedule an interview. You have a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of online practice. I'll probably email you just stuff to work on over the summer, if you want to, if you get bored, because it's always great to learn. So again, it has been fun. I hope to talk to you all. I might see you if I'm handing out diplomas, or no, you guys won't be coming, but well, maybe I'll see you around over the summer, around Powderhorn or something. But come do the interview, talk to me, let me know how it's going. And yeah, take care, be safe, wear a mask. Um, and I will see you next year. Hopefully we'll be in school. All right, goodbye.